Hey, what's up, everybody? Danielson. Um, you know something? I was actually going to do a specific fragrance for today, as far as like a fragrance review, but I decided to hold off on that fragrance and do something else because I wanted to talk about another fragrance I fell in love with the other night. A couple of nights ago, I got home from work and I took a shower and I wanted to put a fragrance on and climb in bed and read a book before I went back to sleep. So I decided that I wanted to go through some of my samples and find some samples that I had for a while that I haven't worn yet. And I found a little packet from Perfumology um, that I got from um, Near Guy from Perfumology when I ordered a full bottle of Grange from him. He sent me like a little um, sample packets, little decants of different fragrances that he sells. And I went through those and I found one that I wasn't familiar with. It's called Hemlock. And the name of the house is called Quartana, I believe you pronounce it. And I put that on before I went to bed. And by the end of the night, I fell in love with this fragrance. I did. Um, so I was like, at the end of the night, I was like, I want to go ahead and do a review on this and get on here and talk about this and tell everybody about it. Let me give you a little information. Parfums Quartana is I guess you would consider them an independent house, maybe niche. I know they only do fragrances. They are based here in the United States. The perfumer her name is Christelle Laprade, Laprade. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Um, Classification to this fragrance: Hemlock is green, oriental, woody, and spicy. The notes slash accords to this are um, Martinique rum, pink pepper, bergamot, crushed leaves, glossy white floral, cinnamon bark, clove buds, jasmine, sambac, styrex, pyrogen, black vinyl accord, which I assume represents vinyl records, magnolia, cyclamen, salt, benzoin, vanilla bean, suede, sandalwood, patchouli, tonka bean, musk, amberwoods. I'll tell you why I wanted to go ahead and talk about this fragrance instead of any other fragrance. It's because I fell in love with this fragrance the other night for several reasons. The smell itself, all these notes that I just read you, most of them I got in the opening till the end of the dry down. I got a really nice, sweet, warm, spicy accord, which was absolutely beautiful. And when I'm talking about um, warm, spicy, I'm talking about like baking spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice, all that kind of spices. I got that. It's very sweet. It's very gourmand. Um, I got a beautiful floral. I got a beautiful um, resinous accord, probably from the benzoin. I got a really nice suede leather accord. I got that a really beautiful rum. I got everything. I got a nice sandalwood, a creamy sandalwood. I never did get anything like a black vinyl accord or anything like that, but there was so much going on in this fragrance. It was so comforting. The spices were beautiful. It was gourmand. It was a little bit sweet, floral, resinous, suede leather, rum. It had absolutely everything in it. And it was so nice. It was so beautiful to experience. The quality was excellent. Um, I was actually really surprised. I could tell from the initial opening. I was like, okay, this is probably going to be really nice because it smells really organic and really natural. Nothing synthetic at all whatsoever about this fragrance. Um, so it was a blend of all those notes all at the same time. Was it just fit together so perfectly. It was like a completed puzzle. All those little pieces fit together to make a beautiful fragrance, and it made me feel good. It made me happy to experience that, to like take this fragrance in. It was very comforting, um, very natural, and the performance was actually surprised me also because I put it on like an hour or two before I went to sleep, and I got up the next morning to make some breakfast and stuff, and I was still getting whiffs of it, and this was like 9.5 hours later, so I know it's probably getting um, on the average about 10 hours. And I wore it yesterday also, and I was getting about 9.5, 10 hours. So it's actually above average as far as like longevity. Um, I have not wore this fragrance around anybody, so I couldn't really get any feedback as far as like projection. But I know it has a good scent trail because um, I could be in a room and go out of the room and come back into the room later on and still like sort of smell it in the air. So I know it's got a really good scent trail. I don't think from what I gather, it doesn't seem like it projects a lot. It just seems to sort of form a bubble around you with a good scent trail. So I don't think it like projects a lot. Um, so the performance is perfect, the smell's perfect, blending quality, the way it makes me feel. Um, I really had to talk about this fragrance. It just makes me feel really good, and I will put all the links in the description on the house to this. The parent company is called Six Sense with an S. You can get this at Perfumology from Near Guy. Um, and I don't know if he has samples of this. He probably does. You can purchase, but I know he sells the full bottle of this, and I think there are some other, like, I guess, flankers to this. This is called Hemlock. I think this house has done 5 or 6 fragrances, and I think the theme of all these fragrances is has to do with like deadly plants or deadly flowers, I think. Um, so that's actually sort of interesting. I want to check this house out a lot more and check the perfumer out a lot more because this is like such a perfect fragrance for me, especially the way it makes me feel. So I will put all the links in the description on the house and where you can get this. And it's actually been a real pleasure. I've went through most of this decant like in the last 2 days, so that's how good it is. And I'll probably end up. This will probably be gone in the next day or two because I'll probably use it up. Maybe buy another bottle. I went to Perfumology to see how much it is, and it is $145 for a 50 mil. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will be back to talk about something else probably in the next day or two. So stay tuned. All right, later, y'all. Bye.